Entity Gaming facing off against Blackjack. We're going to hop right on into this one. Game number 2. 1-2, easy as pie. All right, GoDz, how you doing?
Doing great. Ready for Entity Blackjack Game 2. The Black Stack versus the Blackjack. And so far been enjoying Entity play. We watched a lot of them yesterday. They're kind of the more one-sided stomps where they look good and you expect them to, but seeing them against tougher opponents, and I'd say they're much stronger this open qualifier than the first one where we watched them. It's a team that seems to just improve over time by playing more.
The Entity, you feel like?
Yeah. They seem to be getting better and better as a team. Definitely look pretty promising. I don't think they're at a point yet where I would feel confident saying they could go even with like the Fnatic's TNCs, but perhaps by the time regionals come along, you know, that momentum carries them forward. They get some confidence. They could be close.
Yeah, it's always tough to tell in open qualifiers because everybody just looks so good if you're a team, right?
Yes.
That's all you need to be really is a top, well, a team, and then you look amazing. But I think that what you talked about earlier, the fact that they looked rough in their drafts earlier and they're starting to solve some of those problems, I think it bodes really well for them. And this is a clear indication of it already out the get-go. They take the Sand King early on, Rubik Chen, answer with the Mirana. I feel like Mirana has seemed to be the answer to Chen throughout these past couple days.
Yeah, we've seen it have a lot of success. Blackjack looked to further protect the Chen pick by banning out the CM Witch Doctor supports, the two heroes that Chen has a problem with in that 5 role. And pick an Omni. So very kind of heal, group up, 5-man kind of draft coming, I imagine. We don't know what the carries are yet, but I would expect one really good scaling carry that benefits from the repel and another kind of good snowballing carry that can force buildings and towers. Like and Death Prophet would have been great with this Chen draft for the push factor, but they're both banned. So we may see some other kind of pushing cores to go with this Chen Omni. You've got all the heals, you've got sustain, you just need a way to take buildings.
Now, if this was one of the teams that we saw a couple days ago, we would now be seeing the support Sven taken to counter out both the Chen and the Omni Knight. But they got knocked out. Bryant was not able to handle it towards the end there.
A bit too next level, maybe.
Possibly. It's a possibility. The Stormhammer Dispels was pretty freaking cool to see, though.
I don't think they can with the Sand King as the main issue.
Yeah.
And Sand King, Sven, dual lane doesn't sound very scary.
It was the... I'd probably put it at the 3. There's better answers out there, for sure.
What do they want to pick here? They normally play them around in the 3 for Hesijo, although I think I saw one game where Ping Vinchek played it, but Hesijo's mostly been playing these like farming ranged heroes like Wind Ranger, Mirana being like his 2 most played. Played Night Stalker as well, though.
I wouldn't mind seeing maybe like a Brew and pair it with the Sand King if they wanted to switch it up and put Pin Big Check on
I think it's like a Sand King. Oh, you mean put it in the mid lane? Yeah, they could definitely do that. I don't mind that. Oh, this is Warlock. They're setting up for some kind of Spectre or Slack pick here, I feel, on the dire side for Entity. Definitely, you pick this and you're thinking, let's secure our hard carries lane. I mean, it's not like the super hard carry, but is a carry that needs some help in the laning stage. They're not going to be picking some kind of like Razor, I feel, against Omni when you see the Warlock pick.
Yeah, that try and just out-greed it. I mean, there are some heroes that could run into some issues.
Could be a Morphling too. That's a hero that benefits a lot from the Warlock heal.
I was thinking, like, if Omni Knight is enough to push and, like, try and punish a lane with a Chen creep in there, it feels like that could be a pretty nasty lane.
It's close, but that's why I think the Warlock's designed to make sure that even if it is an Omni Chen lane, you've got a Warlock heal. So that can make sure that whatever hero Black's playing is still going to have a decent lane.
Gyro. This hero was dead, but...
Yeah, it's not the greatest, and I don't even really feel like Omni solves his problems. It's good because it's like a fast-paced carry that comes online early, and you've got Chen Omni, so you want to group up around that 15, 20-minute stage, take team fights, go push. But I think your lineup doesn't push very well. It also doesn't initiate that well. Rubik Lift is your initiation, and there's the Morphling. They just pick Gyro, so absolutely you want Morphling. Steel Flak. Thank you very much. I think Black saw that and was just like, if he was considering the Spectre or Slack, he sees Gyro and he's like, guys, no, forget Spectre. Not a hero.
And I mean, you mentioned it just a second ago, this is one of the options, and then they take the Gyro into already a nice setup for it. I guess the big question I have is, I mean, you said that the Warlock alleviates some of the pressure that comes if they decide to just do like an all-out tri-lane against the Morph. Is that still at all a thing, and then run like a Suicide Omni?
It's possible, but that's where Sanking can come help the lane if needed.
Okay.
Also, you may struggle in those other side lanes as a result. Well, depending on what those lane matchups end up becoming. You're leaving... I guess you aggro trailing with Gyro and put Omni safe lane in a 1v1, but even... I'm not a big fan of Gyro aggro tri-lanes because he needs levels for his like Rocket Barrage and stuff. All his spells at level 1 aren't great. Homing Missile level 1 is good, but Rocket Barrage really needs like level 2, level 3 before it becomes scary. And I feel like Gyro in the off lane struggles just because of his short attack range. He's often out of position as a result. So I don't feel great about them tri-laning, but it may just be like, oh, we got to do it. It's black. We got to shut him down.
I mean, last time they let him go free, and he just kind of went crazy. But
Think ban.
after the Storm ban, kind of makes sense there, I guess. And of course, they played it much to the ire of the Dire last time, I think.
Yeah.
That was a rough one.
What is Noya thinking of picking? Could be a mid, could be a offlaner if they want to put Mirana mid, could also be a 4 position if they want to do Sanking as a core.
I still don't mind the Brew if they wanted to do that. It's a little bit of a weird shift up, but...
Brew against Omni sounds pretty damn nice, and that's going to be a good teamfight disruptor against a lineup that wants to kind of 5-mana bid. Wouldn't mind seeing them get, I guess they have okay wave clear, but like even another hero with a bit of outpush. They typically run these like 3 cores, like a Kunkka could even be good for them here again.
Is Ember in the pool?
Ember's in the pool, that's been Pingvinchek's like most played hero. Kunkka, Ember.
There is a counter pick, which makes it a little scary.
Yeah, that's where the Kunkka feels good. That doesn't really have counter picks. The heroes that have a slightly good lane aren't like 80-20 lanes. They're like 60-40 lanes, so you can still get away with it.
On the other side, Blackjack obviously just going to take whatever counter there is. I guess the other thing that they could do as a little flip up is if they want somebody different in the safe lane and they get a good matchup, they could take the Gyros to mid also.
You like the Brew, they'll get the Brew. There's your counter to the Guardian Angel.
I'm not going to lie. Whenever the team picks the thing that I suggested, I get a little worried, but we'll see.
It's a good Brew game, but we'll see how it works. As far as these lanes go, I think it's pretty decent. GA can be countered. Not that like, it has to be countered because you're not all in on physical damage, but it is definitely nice to be able to just take it off. And also, it's not just the GA, it's the Chen Senbak. Chen Senbak has just been absurdly strong in some of these games where if you don't kill someone quickly and they get sent back and they get back in the fight, you just feel miserable.
Do you think that it's going to be a mid lane Brew, or do you think that they'd switch it up and do like Sand King Brew?
I think it'll be definitely a side lane Brew and Mirana mid. I think Pingvinchek wants to play those more scaling, flashy heroes. So we'll see Mirana versus Quap.
Ooh,
mid lane.
That one hurts. Can't disjoint.
Could be a tough lane indeed. Chen can't really rotate mid. That's the good news here. Trying to think. I guess, yeah, the Chen, if you want to try and pressure the Morphlings lane, it's high-risk play because if it doesn't work, it just feels like you've wasted all your time. Brewmaster may be the easier hero lane to contest because he doesn't have good escape against Chen creeps. Definitely a few different options here for them. Well, nice thing about the Brew is if they do try aggro trialing with Gyro, Brewmaster 1v1 against Omni should have a very good time.
I like it. It's going to be a fun draft. I think Queen of Pain is one of the cooler heroes against Morphling in some ways, because if you catch him off guard, just Sonic Wave, you're done. Kaput.
Yep. Definitely a good option.
Whoa. That Omni set, though.
Yeah, it does look pretty good.
Looks like a bishop from chess.
Those look like Chinese characters on his helmet. Not sure. Or like hieroglyphics or something.
Guy is down for some business.
So here we go. Game number 2, must-win game for our Radiant boys. The Blackjack squad have their work cut out for them here.
A long path ahead of them if they want to make their way through. as there's still several games to play today.
Yeah. He's not quite at that deciding factor.
I think looks like they're trying to go for that aggro, though, as they're sending 3 up here. And as you mentioned, there's a lot of problems with doing this. I'm not sure if it's going to work out too exceptionally, although it does mean that more likely Chen's going to be able to get a creep because you can just body block one over here in the side camp, whereas otherwise running through the jungle.
Absolutely. So both teams looking to be splitting these bounty runes, giving Black's Morphling the mid lane. Interesting. I feel like he can match up. He's probably going to need a dual lane, right? Queen of Pain for Morphling sounds like a pretty tough matchup. He's got Tango and Salve already queued up in his quick buy, so he is definitely expecting to need more regen, which means maybe he's going to be pseudo 1v1. But yeah, GoDz's headed there with the Warlock. We're going to see initial 2v1 mid, but possible support will come help him out afterwards. Courier Snipe attempted, will not be successful right away. Okay, no, it's headed back. It was headed bottom, now it's headed mid. Oh, he dodges it behind the tier 2 tower. And actually, he broke his smoke on the tower. He messed up there, Chen.
That's not great.
He may still get the courier on the way home. They're
Ping
pinging
came out.
it. Who's pinging it?
I think that was the Rubik.
It's the Dire team pinging it. The courier now going to... I don't think he's got it. Yeah, he hugs the right side. Well microed courier. He's not even going to go back between the tier 2 and tier 3 expecting a smoked up Chen. So they were ready for this play.
Oh.
And the Dire ward. I don't know if it spotted the Chen.
Well, we passed through in smoke, so it should have been fine. But I think also it's like, what else are you going to do at this point as a Chen, I guess?
Oh, exactly. You're waiting for creeps to spawn, so it doesn't really waste your time. But maybe it's something that Entity have seen Chen players do a lot to them. It's like, go for these courier snipes. So they're ready for it. Arrow bottom after a Sand King Burrow. They're going to get good damage on Gyro. Should not be a kill, but it is damage. As Gyro holds his ground with the help of the Fade Bolt.
Managed to get the last hit there on that rocket. 50 gold early on, ain't bad.
Yeah, decent little play there. Definitely worth killing those anytime you can. Don't just let it bop you. What's Chen up to? Got a Dark Troll, so he's just going to be farming for a little bit. Not going to look for those immediate rotations.
Look at this CS. 9 and 1. The arrow, it's going to be taked right there. Good play by the Rubik. But it's all across the board. They're coming out on top. Entity.
Morphling, what, 74 damage to Queen of Pain 60, so with a 2v1 lane, you're already going to have a CS advantage, and you've got a damage advantage, so makes life very hard for Quap.
So is this the normal, just no dagger on the Quap?
In this 1v2 lane, perhaps? I'm not sure how the Quap build changes in a 1v2 lane, but
yeah,
you definitely can't play as aggressive. The Shadow Strike is, like at Hestejo, that was the first Chen gang. The Shadow Strike, you're not getting value out of using it unless you're getting right clicks with it. And in a 1v2, you're not really able to right click them very much, which is maybe where he just feels he wants to just use Scream to get some CS.
Okay.
He's going to do so there. He's got 8 CS, and I think 3 of those I've seen have been from using Scream.
He can trade hits there with GoDz too.
Bad. Salves up. Not going to get cancelled as nothing has been Fatal Bonds.
And in the meantime, down bottom, they can kind of keep the pressure on here. I like the Mango build on Noya, and of course having the ability to constantly jump forward.
Yes.
The Rubik did a good job of taking the arrow before, but it's still scary.
Yep. We'll see how things develop there. Chen's next move is going to be important for this team. It looks like he's done with top and headed maybe back towards this bottom lane as, uh-oh, arrow stuns. Has stick charges, Big Vent Tech. Last second usage. Really nicely done with the Burrow Strike. And what a play. Entity Gaming. Deny both. Oh, no, they deny one range creep, not both. That would have been even more experience for them.
That's some big plays. That's what you need out of your mid laner in the safe lane. Or off lane, rather.
Black at mid. Doesn't get the waveform off. He is morphing strength, but very slowly. Waves out just in time. That level 2 morph. Had some 1 charges too if he needed it. And we'll heal himself back up. Ensnare into Centaur stun. Came close as Trezam will get the D-ward off.
Jeez. Well, again, you look at this lane and talk about how dangerous it is down bottom. They're not finding kills in other lanes. this Chen really doesn't feel like he's made that much of a difference early on. He's getting farmed, sort of, like has boots already and trying to build towards the medallion, but...
He got the first blood, which is a lot of gold. It matters so much more than like these other early game kills, but he got it for himself, not for his teammate, which would have been even better. Ideally, you want to give that to your core hero, your Omni Knight, to give him an advantage. But Bruce just come back to lane, continue to do well. Does fine against Omni with the Drunken Haze.
I guess the scary thing is that is going to be a quap. Pretty quick levels. We haven't seen a ridiculous amount of denies early on by Black as bottom lane. They find themselves another miss. Well, they didn't actually use the arrow there, so just a burrow strike.
He's got bottle already, so these 5-minute runes are very important when you're going for this bottle build. And unless they have 3 heroes down here, I just don't feel like they can contest bounty runes. Then check though, they go for both, they get greedy.
Oh, I don't get it.
And he arrowed a neutral, so they're not getting that kill. He'll get the other one though. He does guarantee the bottle refill at least, but ideally you want to get both of those.
BLACKJACK ends up picking up 2 runes up top as well.
Yep.
So a nice little bit there for him.
SJO very low in health here. Doesn't have a TP. He's just dead.
Yeah.
Level 6. Tries to get some last hits with the clap.
He eats his way through.
Yeah, he knows his trees. He should be dead, but he outplays him. Gyrocopter going down bottom meanwhile, and yeah, that's a nice little juke there. I feel like they make a bit of a mistake there, letting him get away through those trees.
And now he can go over to the shrine, heal up easily. Might see a rotation from somebody to try and help out this tower, because it feels like it's going to be a lot of damage. Can Chen just take over this siege creep, maybe? He wants to keep the other ones for kills, I guess.
Yeah, I guess that may have been value if you want to push. Like you say, once that kill potential, Brewmaster still not quite level 6. Going to kill off both Chen creeps.
Okay.
Yeah, probably one of that siege creep. SJO is surely fine here. He's going to hit level 6. If he gets these range creeps, he needs like one more creep to get level 6. He dodges the Purify. Another clap coming in.
The slow.
Fatal Bonds as well, and I don't think he can TP out of this one.
That tree is not going to get you away that time.
Yeah, he's like, I'll use those trees too. Bottom lane, meanwhile, Pingvin check. No leaps left. We'll get brought down.
In mid lane. Wow. They take down Black as well. That's a Sonic Wave.
Yeah. Just caught him by surprise, I guess.
See, that's why we should turn on directed camera.
Even directed camera can't catch 3 kills at once in different lanes.
Hey, man. They've got the 2-minute delay. They get the bonus.
Wolfling had Fairy Fire and 13 one charges, so he must have been below the kill threshold for Sonic Wave and just got caught by surprise and didn't react to pop his wand. Because if you're very fast, you can perhaps react to that Sonic Wave cast animation with your items.
Yeah, it's kind of nuts how quickly it can happen, though, and that's the scary part, I think, is like you look at it, 320 magical, or pure damage, rather, those early levels.
Very easily for Morphling to get below that threshold. Top lane, they're zoning out Noya, wanting to continue the pressure on this tier 1 that didn't end up taking that much damage. Surprised by it. Brewmaster's done a great job keeping this tower alive.
He does have split.
Yeah.
Could think about it if he wants to, and just going to go for it right away. Oh, the repel TP!
But now they kill Omni, right?
Can they he does have purification and also the stick charges.
They'll have a clap when they come out.
Trying to run.
Centaur stun on cooldown still. They'll have another Sand Stun in 2 seconds here. This looks like a dead Omni.
Well, he saved his Chen.
Yeah, that's one of those scenarios where you think you're doing the right thing, but really, you know. Good people don't win LAN tournaments. Nice guys, I guess.
Yeah.
Don't win LANs by being nice.
Level 6 Gyrocopter might see some rotations in the near future. Also, Queen of Pain ulti back off cooldown in 25 seconds. Currently, the CS is better than it was at the start, but...
Yeah, looking a bit more even in terms of last. It's actually very slight gold lead you can see at the top for BLACKJACK because of the CS they're getting in these lanes, but Morphling is still top of the net worth. That Morph kill is really what's kind of equalized this game a bit, because otherwise it would be Entity having the better time.
Comes the rotation. So they want to try and punish this. They're bringing in the creeps as well to try and get up close and personal. And the Centaur wasn't the one that went forward first.
Yeah, and the pathway has already been cut. The Brewmaster's already chopped his way through. And what are we seeing once again?
Just another kill on Black. I mean, if it happens once, you know what I'm saying?
This time, and again, 21 charges, Fairy Fire.
Yeah.
These kills shouldn't happen. You got to maintain health above that threshold. You cannot let yourself get caught up by a Sonic Wave. And well, Black's played so well all tournament. These are kind of mistakes we've not been seeing. That's the crazy thing.
So, meanwhile, the leaps were there for the Mirana. Only one of them, actually, but they're still going to be able to push them back, and it looks like it's going to be a Tier 1 tower taken. BLACKJACK putting together a pretty solid game here. They do take away one of the creeps now.
Nice. With the Bruise coming in. No split for a couple of seconds, but he's got a Mango. He's got the mana to use it.
Chasing one over here to the side, the Rubik. They managed to get the kill onto the Chen, and looking for the Rubik. They don't get him.
Yeah, used the burrow, guessed wrong. So things will continue per the status quo somewhat. Gyro's got these bounty runes down bottom, though. They're not being picked up. All 4 bounty runes about to go towards BLACKJACK, unless Sankey, no, doesn't get there.
So maybe thinking about burrowing. There's heroes in the area here, and
No,
they do have Brew.
LTP.
Yeah, he doesn't have any points in Guardian Angel right now, so
Yeah. Should be a kill.
giving it to Black.
Yeah. I like seeing that. He's after those couple deaths, it's worth doing that. Nice combo coming out with the rock, but they don't have any good follow-up. Fall down similarly used, but no follow-up in play. I believe that one was just used defensively from the other side of the cliff.
Okay. Burrow strike
Oh
now.
my,
Epicenter, the split as well. They got him caught. He's in trouble and going to go down. Another one of these guys fallen, although, again, no, it's the other ones that are big.
Yep. It's the Danish bros, Noy and Hessinger. These guys have been teammates for such a long time on various teams, and they're always playing with each other. They just seem to have this connection where they're in the same lane, doing things together, making moves together. Very rarely is there like a disconnect between them in their play.
So, Black sitting mid. He is on a little bit higher HP this time around, it looks like.
Kwapu needs some healing. Yeah, he just needs to play a little bit safer. Like, yeah, you're not going to be able to threaten for kills, or perhaps you miss a CS or two because you just don't have the same agility damage, but dying sets you back a lot and sets Quap up for success. Yeah. And Somni's not having a good time. That's 0-4 Omni already. He has a Midas queued up. That's not an item that's going to help fix your game, I don't feel. You've got a Gyro going drums. This Gyro's like, you know, we got to fight. I'm getting this team item, and Omni's like, nah, we're good.
Gotta get my Midas,
which of you is the carry? Like,
yeah.
It's not the Omni.
Oh, Sonic Wave is back up again.
Okay.
There's a lot of shard golems here.
Black needs to be careful. Has a range up. He's already morphing strength. Like, the second he sees Quap, he's like, okay, let's get some strength. Let's make sure we're okay here.
They also missed the Scream the second time through by the Quap. So no chance for any other kills there after the fact. Looks like Chen just going to keep on farming here. Is kind of greedy as the...
It's kind of insane.
Sand King just walks forward.
Sand King's like, is this happening?
All right, guys, I got it.
Now he's got the mana. Oh.
I mean, they're still going to probably get this guy, right? Well,
are they? You can TP, right?
Oh, no, yeah. Oh, got him. The stun, the kill. It's not happening. And now he can pull his creeps back, too.
Well, that happened. Yeah, with Trinkles, he has a movement speed advantage. The Chen was able to somewhat break the Trinkles at first, at least. But I'm surprised he didn't just keep chasing and wait for vision rather than guess for a stun. But not the end of the world. But still looking good for BLACKJACK. This Queen of Pain, top of the net worth now. Black is not that top farmer that he would like to be because of those 2 mistakes he's made.
Now a smoke up with BLACKJACK. I do believe they have Medallion Buckler, and maybe trying to see if they can find a fight down bottom. If Queen of Pain TP's down here, I think all of these heroes probably die. Yeah. Maybe not. They're going mid, it looks like.
Willicus ultimate, so he's at least got some counterplay. Max Fatal Bonds. I like seeing this. Just 2 points in Shadow Word. Don't max Shadow Word. It's just not... all your spells are so good that you want to get Fatal Bonds and Upheaval, so... 2 points in heal, and they're going to run into Mirana here. Can she get away? The lift is too quick, it looks like. Leap 1, 2, 3. Needs some bottle charges. Looks like she's fine. Oh, nope. Queen of Pain will finish it off.
Oh, well played.
Nicely done. Good use of the haste rune. And 3 leap charges will go all on cooldown.
A very long time till
Take
it's back up.
2 minutes to get all of those back.
So the tier 1 tower is going to go down. Bottom lane, they're also able to take that one with black. So a little bit of catch-up time for the Morph lane, while tier 2 is going to be the next call. And honestly, this is what Chen does quite well. Push out these lanes, start to take down the towers, and they've got Call Down available, they've got Sonic Wave available. It's hard to fight into this.
Are they coming to defend this one? Radiant Observer Sentry here. Hestejo has his blink, though.
Looking for that opening. They managed to find it right at the start. Now, who they lift up, they end up immediately repelling the gyrocopter. They're going to take the Rubik up in the air.
Going for the Chen.
And it looks like they will be able to find the kill onto the Queen of Pain.
Wow. She must be narrowed or something?
Good target prioritization, and they do take down that Chen, although he gets the bounty rune before he dies.
So good couple of kills defending their tier 2, and you can see the strong initiation power of the Brewmaster really coming into play there. Jared does TP out, but really good fight for them. How did Klopp die? It was... Yeah, she had an arrow for a 5-second arrow, it looks like.
Oof.
From Mirana, and then Morphling plus Mirana did a lot of damage. Very nice played.
It's the type of hero that you do not like getting killed multiple times.
Yeah.
Which can just completely ruin your game, but...
It's the same bit for Morphling. I guess
Yeah.
Morphling has more farming catch-up. That's just naturally how he plays. Ooh, Gyro. That's thinking it was a safe place to farm, but that was definitely not the case.
Top lane, Noya does not have Blink. He's around 150 gold away.
Doesn't have any follow-up. He's yet. Let's say if that's an epicenter, we'd be very surprised. But Sandstorm gets some more farm. TP's home.
Black going towards the Lincoln Sphere yet again.
Yep.
This is not the...
Fine item choice. We'll stop a potential Queen of Pain Orchid. We'll stop the lift initiation. Those are like the scariest things for him, really, this game. And ways to break it are pretty minimal.
Oh, arrow? Nice try there. With the DD, that might have worked, actually.
Yeah. Get some Javelin proc. That's some good bonus damage, even.
See a lot of writing on the map about what they need to do.
Sure what that call is. I've not seen that in the playbooks.
Kind of like the idea of trying to go for an early Roche. Like, you already got this medallion on the Chen. You get that for the gyrocopter, or probably the Quap is the better play, although she might be in trouble. They do have Blink on Sand King with the arrow available, and Spidey senses tingle, and she gets out of there.
Because he doesn't go looking for it. Maybe she pops up in the lane, which has just happened.
Although they're underneath the ward, that's why. Yeah, she backs out. Still spots Noya.
And line for an arrow. Back in mid, Morphling has his waveform stolen.
It's a good initiation. Only level 1.
Not the biggest deal. Seeing a lot of these carry players just go for this 1-4-4 build. Not feeling like the waveform scales in a meaningful way, and the mana cost at level 1 is the lowest of all levels.
So 17.5 minutes. It's a 1,000 gold lead. 7 to 12. Experience a little bit in the favor of the Dire. Entity having a nice time.
Feels like Entity are kind of like the Spectre game. It's just going to have the better late game. You've got Morphling late game against Gyro Quap. Particularly the Gyro matchup is very favorable for Morphling with the ability to still flat cannon. And they're even. So if they're going into a better late game and they haven't really been pressured that much, they haven't lost that many towers to this Chen draft, or Chen Omni and stuff with all these heals, then they're in a good spot. But I mean, Jolly Phoenix and Omni's got a Midas, so he's thinking like, yeah, we're going late game. I'm going to have all my items here. That's it. He's only level 9. He really wants to get that level 10 GPM talent as soon as possible. Being out-leveled by even like the Sanking and the support role.
I mean, it's such a good freaking Morphling game. Gyrocopter and the Omni Knight as well, stealing Repel, even Queen of Pain like Blink, and then having like her full assortment of nukes. It really feels like if they wanted to, they could make plays happen, but they're just comfortable waiting for that to happen later.
Yep.
And
That Shadow, who are they initiating? They're trying to go in top, it looks like. Well, everyone, I believe, was hiding from the map as it was cast, and Gyro.
Right behind him.
Okay.
I think that they saw that there was a ward here. Queen of Pain, they're trying to bait this out right now, and they're looking forward to him. There's the jump, and he's immediately fine.
Yeah, they didn't even throw the arrow. They would have needed a long-range arrow to get that kill.
So like 30 seconds ago when they were over here, the Queen of Pain, Hestajo jumped on him and then right-clicked him, like right here. And then I think that pinged out that there was a ward. So it feels like they were trying to hope to bait some spells on that or something.
Zankin gonna go fishing himself, see what he can find as far as initiations go. Doesn't seem like there's all too much. Black's follow-up. It's going to be a Manta style, it looks like. Not going for the Ethereal Blade. Feeling like this is not the game for it.
Ensnare, I guess? Or I guess also it's just nice for movement speed and everything else.
No, I like it's just like a normal right-click carry kind of build, I guess, for Morphling. When you're not going the E-Blade magic damage, I think Manta's pretty good always.
Well, they...
Yeah.
destroyed
I
Chen.
think they'll get the follow-up kill they were hoping for, though.
No.
Rubik with the Blink Dagger gets out of there. Still searching around for Omni, who desperately wants to use his Midas. He's like, where can I pop this one?
Oh, nice play there. And now with Bruce Split available, they can maybe make some play themselves here. I don't know if they want to defend the tier 1. There's TP coming in from Chen.
Gyro's not there, but he can always TP in. That's Nora's Quap, though. Quap's bottom, so doesn't really feel like a team fight they're going to be able to take. But the fact they've stolen Split means Entity are like, okay, we should probably back off. Let's not take this fight.
Again, very slow pace to this one in comparison, and we'll see what they end up making of it. It does feel like right now, if you're Team Blackjack, you're kind of missing an opportunity of forcing a fight. Maybe
Yeah,
try and do it soon.
I don't think there are lineups on that wants to play slow. It's not just heroes like Gyro that don't scale. It's like your Chen, he's falling off rapidly. Gyro jumps into BKB. Like, where's his late game? Your Omni's got a Midas, which is at least some late game, but at the same time, he's super poor. Even with a Midas plus GPM talent, he's just got no farm whatsoever. And they smoke up, but now it's like, what do? We got this Rubik Lift initiation. That's all we can really do to start a fight, and then hope Quap carries this game, which maybe with this Orchid could happen.
Decent way to start it off. Noya misses the split. They take down one. Can they get any more, though?
Yep. Good attempted save from Noya, but not enough.
Well, that's happening. Black taking the tier 2 tower as they just walk right by Joe Beasy. He is holding his breath here in the woods. And the turnaround, the Fatal Bonds, the Burrow Strike, it's on to both of them.
Stolen Fatal Bonds.
Not bad. They turn it back around now with the Gyrocopter Sonic Wave from the high ground.
Yeah, I just shoot everyone up with the Sonic Wave. The Fatal Bonds was pretty nice, although even without it, that fight looked like it was just going to be destroyed. And Split push down bottom. Brewmaster runs into the Queen of Pain here.
Have Split available still if he needs to use that, and looks like the Queen of Pain is going to decide to back away.
Yeah, some good team fight there.
That's what they need to do.
Yep, absolutely. You've got Primal Split, you've got this extra ultimate. Meanwhile, Dire Side didn't want to fight with Morphling. He just wants to kind of split push and farm down bottom, so very good job taking advantage of what Entity like to do in terms of play style.
And Black right now still a ways away from becoming a relevant hero in this game, at least in terms of team fights. Like, he can do some stuff in there, but it's mainly predicated upon the enemy team kind of finding, or rather his team getting the lockdown for him.
Gets the Morph Duration talent. Interesting. Haven't really seen him use this Morph that actively, like Alacrity's earlier today. Definitely much more farming-centric Morph play, rather than let's actively fight. I mean, Alacrity had like 9 kills, 3 assists at 20 minutes. Black,
Yeah.
2-2-0.
He's been playing it really safe since those couple of flubs early on. He's been doing a good job.
Yeah, I think those kind of deaths really kind of mess with your confidence. If you had aspirations of fighting and using Morph early, but you die like that, you you go in farmer mode because mentally you feel like you've let your team down, dying those 2 times. You're the main carry. You're not meant to die in a silly way. Breaking Lincolns. There is an Orchid too, but he's morphing string.
Good reaction. Yeah, and that's the Lincolns. It's exactly what they need to do.
You can go back Agi and keep trying to fight Quap, but Quap wants out.
While the rest of Dire moving out. Big smoke gank for themselves. Who are they going to find? It's mid lane, Jakiro, or rather Gyro, still there with the BKB available, and an Omni on the high ground.
Well, they looked for the arrow, but couldn't quite find him in the trees.
Yeah, the pings come out. They're in there.
Chen's got the South Wolf. He's just following the Gyro with, so trying to boost up his damage. I think recognizing this Gyro needs some way to do more damage in these fights. Just feeling very weak right now, or at least lacking damage. Not squishy per se with the Omni and Chen heals, as well as his BKB jumps, but not the scariest.
Oh, mid lane. Fatal Bonds. Onto several. But no real commitment there.
Gyro just doesn't feel as scary anymore in these games without that
Yeah.
flak talent. It's like, I'm like, oh yeah, he's almost 15. I'm like, wait a second, no more flak talent for you. Like,
The Rocket Barrage damage is kind of cool.
yeah, it's like being there always, and like some games you'd be like, oh, maybe I should get it. We're fighting lots, I'm using Rocket Barrage, but it's like, does it actually... It's like this one of those talents that just has no scaling. It's good for like the next 5 to 10 minutes, but once you get into the like past 35, 40 minutes, it's just a useless talent kind of, because your hero is about right-clicking, not about using Rocket Barrage up close.
They spotted Chen. He has a lot of heroes on him very suddenly. And just going to completely destroy him.
Yep. Nicely done. He goes for the homing missile stun duration, which is similarly not like an amazing talent, I would say. Does get a bit nicer with, at 25, you get the 3 homing missiles, but Gyro's biggest issue is that none of his talents like complement him as a carry. You look at other carries like Spectre or Kunkka, and all their talents are like, here, have some damage, have some strength, Kunkka, have all these things that make you carry better. Spectre, have 500 health, have plus 8 all stats, you know. Then Gyro's like, well, I buff up these skills that don't matter. Like cooldown talents,
Yeah.
homing missile talents, these are your spells you don't care about.
I wonder if we're going to see like a support Gyrocopter again. We had the roaming one for a while. I don't know.
The problem is to make support Gyro viable, you have to make his spells very value and strong as
Right.
nukes, and doing that is just going to make carry Gyro better. Like,
Yeah.
I think for support Gyro to be good, carry Gyro has to be viable as well, just because Gyro's strength as a carry is kind of his strong laning, the fact he gets online early and then roams around and has these spells that don't require you to have farm to do damage as a carry. We'll see how he fares.
Stolen Fatal Bonds.
Yep.
Very, very nice. Noya found here, but they do not want to commit for this.
Cool. Once he finished her BKB. I think Quap's the hero you got to look to carry this game. Gyro can kind of be a nice frontliner, but Quap's going to be the one finishing off these kills and doing the cleanup. For the Dire side, Mr. Morphling. Black Manta completed, BKB queued up for his next item. He's going to be just continuing to farm and has plenty of split push potential with this build as well. Can't get caught by surprise by an Orchid now.
Luke's been having a pretty nice game for himself so far, I'd say, and I think that he does get into this Ag Scepter at a decent time. You know, again, it's like it feels like it could be nice, and it probably will be, but you're taking this to the late game against a Morphling.
Yeah. It's like, can this Ags win you the game is like the question. Like, how many good spells are there? You know, like Warlock Ultimate, fantastic. Like, unlikely to get it. Sanking Burrow, fantastic. Brewmaster Split, also fantastic. Those are probably the more realistic ones. Thinking a Brew Split and some Sanking stuns. And keep finding these pickoffs. He's got to be the one making plays because he is their lone initiator, more or less. Yeah. Until Quap maybe gets some late game hex. Morphing.
Looks like he will be fine there. There's a DD as well. Seen everybody bottom. You could maybe try and make a quick play for the Roche.
They consider, yeah. You see all these heroes in the pit. There's actually no Radiant Vision. Perhaps Entity unaware of that, but
look at the damage! Oh my god, 500 apiece.
Too bad.
Oh, God. Morphling DD. Like,
Well,
that's the type of play that I feel like you shouldn't be able to make against this lineup, right?
Yeah,
Sneaking a quick Roche.
they're meant to be the ones who have more map control in early game, but we're kind of at this point where Black has a lot of farm now.
Yeah.
CZY at top. Should be dead. Sanking Burrow Strike, yeah. Oh, repel. Yeah, right clicks. He may get out of here. He's got Blink. He's going to juke them. Ooh. They've got to make sure of it. Nicely done.
They jump forward between a pain, still in the cover of Moonlight Shadow, but they're not going to go for anything.
Saw them around and bottom as possibly as well as Morphling. And here we go. BKB's on the dire side. That's kind of their big timing now. They're going to have triple BKB in the next couple of minutes. They should still have an Aegis as well. And then with triple BKB Aegis, they will be, I would say, finally the stronger team on the map. Even though they're kind of still down a bit on gold, I think their lineup actually kind of surpasses Blackjack in terms of their raw strength.
Got the AoE Shadow Strike for the Queen of Pain as the talent instead of the Spell Life Steal.
I guess you can hit the Morphling. Since is that, I don't know, is that blocked by Lincoln's? Do you just target the area, or do you still target a unit and then see area around it?
The last time that I played that, it was target the unit and then it was the area around it.
I wonder if Lincoln's blocks it if you still target Morphling with it. Not sure how that would work. I mean, if it's still unit targetable and it's an area around them, I imagine Lincoln's blocks it. But you almost want it to be break Lincoln's because you need some way to break Lincoln's this game.
Rubik Fade Bolt's pretty good for initiation, and then you lift afterwards. But put a lot of pressure on the Rubik to do that.
Yeah. He can steal some spells too. Like he's got an adaptive strike. There's other options, I guess, there. But Rubik is a pretty key hero that you don't want getting caught out too much.
Starstorm, he's 200 gold away from Ags.
Yeah, a lot of good farm on this Rubik.
The waveform attacks targets. And Hester Joe getting that BKB flown out to him right now. This is the timing.
He's stolen gyro form.
All right, the first morph of the game. That's a pretty good one. Great repel, though. Is it going to be enough? With the GA, that keeps him alive.
He's forced to pop it, otherwise the right clicks would have finished him off. Neither team really able to find these kills too easily. Both teams have great defensive options.
Burrow Strike, it's a long-range one. He gets himself out of there as well. They pop the Brew Split, trying to run now and get themselves out of here. Still nobody dead yet.
Radiant side getting low on gyro, so they may just have to disengage. And uh-oh, Chen can't get back to safety. Even Omni, he's dead. The right clicks from Black just do too much at this point. This full-on stats build and sitting on full agi, he's got over 300 right-click damage.
Is the danger, and obviously with an Aegis not afraid of going down in the least bit, and this tower is going to go down.
Even when he got down to half health, he wasn't morphing strength. He's like, I'm just going to maximize my damage output, trust in my teammates to back me up. Warlock kills, Sanking stuns, Brewmaster going in, causing havoc, and he didn't even BKB as well, so they've now got their triple BKBs. Kind of what the timing I was talking about, where they're just so much scarier.
Oh my god, and even with that Burrow Strike, he feels safe, but it's not happening.
Black just flags through absolutely everyone. Good news is, Flak has a 40-second cooldown, not the 30-second one it used to have, so he only gets one Flak off during his morph.
BKB to run away. And with that, that is melee barracks down. Yep. I mean, we've kind of knew that this was coming the entire time, right? Like, this was what entity we're always going to be hitting for.
Yeah, it felt a bit inevitable that even though they were even/slightly behind, that they were still in a pretty good shape and somewhat in control. At no point did it really feel like the Radiant team were going to threaten high ground, that they had a... They just don't have that scary carry. You see like an Omni draft, and you always want to see that hero there. You're like, ooh, this is scary. This hero with an Omni behind him is going to be hard to beat. That's what Omni OD used to be. Nowadays, like, I don't know, a Luna, whatever it needs to be. Something that just scales better than a Gyro. Queen of Pain scales well, but I just don't feel like it's that amazing hard carry that other heroes are with the Repel. And the end result is that this Dire team, all they have to do is just stall the game out. Buy time, play for the late game.
Well, we do have a quick jump and dead Rubik.
Yep.
I think they need to back out now, right?
Going to go look to defend this one. Yep, they probably do need to back out. Gyro being sent home. Nothing to purge that off in time as Chen is full retreat. Chen may be the one getting caught. Actually, better yet, Omni. TPing out and send back. They yules him. That'll stop the send back. Good play indeed, and they're going to get the Chen on top of that.
Well, the slow destruction of the Radiant team, and
they're kind of falling apart, it feels like. Outplayed. This game, I didn't love their drop, but definitely they had an okay enough start that they could have done more, I feel.
Yeah.
But definitely game one, their draft was going to be rough, the Spectre versus Tinker, so it does feel like slight draft disadvantage, but definitely less so the draft, more so the fact that NT just looked like a much better team right now.
Yeah. Getting well set up for the next round of play as well. So, is he still tagged up as CG, Clutch Gamers?
He is. Yeah, he was on the Clutch Gamers team for a little while.
Huh.
Everyone's got the wrong team tags in these qualifiers. It's crazy.
It's kind of emblematic of the state of...
Yeah, the fact you're in open qualifiers means there were some roster changes at some point. Yeah, it was like there was announced like him and I think Arise were meant to join Clutch Gamers at one point, and then I think Black backed out or something wasn't going to work out with the team.
Yeah.
Joining Entity has worked out well. Him and the Danish boys, as well as Pingvincek and then GoDz, the lone Southeast Asian player.
GoDz. What a name.
I agree. I mean, it feels like some of these like Black, it feels like, you know, he's almost like an honorary Southeast Asian at this point. He spent an entire year playing in Faceless. He spent a lot of this year competing in Southeast Asia as well. And you've got like Noya's been, I think, in Southeast Asia for the entire year as well. He's been playing with this team, and I think he was even on Clutch Gamers for a while. But no, he's been there for a while. He's pretty attached to the region, it feels like.
I think it's where people tend to think about him from, too. Like, we went to China, we played some pubs together, and there were a couple of people that had some choice words for him in the pubs that were saying, take your something back to Southeast Asia, which was an interesting one, is the jump forward, and, well, they did get off the BKB for Gyro. Good bit of damage there. It's not feeling like it's quite going to be enough. They almost kill him off, actually, with 2 dead. There's still the cores that are left alive. Black looking for his opening, and here it comes. The flat cannon shots all over themselves.
Yeah, he's dealing with the Satanic 2. He's just not doing enough damage, you're right. They're staying alive through it all. They haven't even had to use Guardian Angel, so in the end, it's a great hold and a successful team fight for BLACKJACK. Losing the Queen of Pain, though, only getting 2 supports. It's borderline successful. You don't feel amazing about it, but you at least hold for a little bit longer. But you got to know that they're going to be coming back probably scarier and stronger in the next 5 minutes or so, because Aegis and Cheese, second Roshan, should be respawning sometime in that next 3 to 5 minutes.
Low battery headset for Noya.
Wireless headsets for a pro gamer. I actually like wireless headsets. It's great to be able to walk around your house and still listen to whatever Twitch stream or music you have on.
Just turn up the volume really loud.
That also works. When you got roommates and stuff, you know.
Yeah, that's fair.
Does your wife want to hear Dota Twitch sounds all around the house?
You know, honestly, the funniest time that happened, I was watching something. I like woke up and check Reddit or whatever, and it was the Sir Action Slack's gyrocopter video, and my wife woke up and she was like, why on earth do I hear Slack's voice at 4 in the morning? She's so upset.
So she knows who Slacks is, though. And
she does.
Okay.
She met him at TI, and
Gotcha. But,
it's the voice.
That is not how you want to be woken up. I feel you. Would make a good alarm clock, though.
Get your ass out of bed, that's for sure.
Yep. So things will continue on. Fairly slow-paced BO3 so far. I mean, Game 1 took 50-plus minutes in what was a stomp. This game feels like it's going to take 50-plus minutes in a definitely closer game, and not fully decided yet, although still looking very good for Entity Black. His level 25 is coming up. He's got full-on right-click mode, Satanic with Daedalus about to be completed. And when you take crit into consideration with what his damage already is, he's going to be bursting through people very easily.
Absolutely. So the Roshan going to go down now, most likely. We do have Still a couple to 25. What do you think about the Morph 25? The waveform charges?
Usually see the waveform charges, right?
Yeah,
That's
I
what I
think
see
so.
almost all the time, but neither talent ever feels amazing. I don't think Morph 25 is like, oh yeah, I've hit 25, I've got this great talent now, but I wonder if he considers the multi-shot adaptive. I don't know, I feel like from what I've seen Morphlings get, it's just, yeah, let's get waveforms. Have this ultra mobility, particularly with the waveform attacks targets talent as well.
Oh, yeah, there you go. That sounds pretty cool. I'd like that. Can you crit on that, the waveform attack targets?
Yeah, I believe so. It's treated like a normal attack, so
That's awesome.
should be able to.
Diffusal Blade waveform. It's probably not a thing.
Burn their mana.
Just get rid of all the mana.
So what are we looking at? Omni, Aetherlands, Crimson. He's still kind of struggling to offer a whole lot. I mean, you're not expecting Omni to be a damage dealer. He's literally just a heal bot.
Yeah.
/ repel bot. But he's just meant to sit behind his carries, enable them. It just doesn't feel like Gyro's being able to offer enough damage output in fights to benefit from having an Omni. He's got a Butterfly now, which is a small increase in damage. I really think win this game, they're going to need a Rapier, though. That's Radiant's win condition. A Rapier, Gyro, and a Queen of Pain who has like 6 slotted kill potential, has the Scream Fear, level 25 co-op. That's definitely something that adds some good kill potential and disruptive presence in a team fight.
Gyro just went for the Maelstrom.
There you go, smoking up. They want to go all in on this fight. They've bought out as well. None of these heroes have buybacks, at least not the 2 main carries.
Omni Knight not quite there with the team yet.
He needs to get back. Come on, Omni.
He's TPing over. They have an arrow on Rubik. Gonna see if he can find anybody here for this one. And the jump forward, the fear is there. Onto 2, not bad. The arrow combo, it doesn't come out as of yet, but Black going in with the have to strike too much damage. Sonic Wave, he's gone. Okay.
That's it. First life.
Oh god, but the heavy center jumps in
He's got no buyback.
and just destroys him.
Daedalus Morphling coming in. Arrow going to miss, it
DD.
looks like.
And they are going to kill everything off.
Yep.
Take everything, leave
Yeah,
nothing.
the DD on the Mirana. On top of that, both of these heroes doing insane amounts of damage, and they're going to get Mega Creeps off this. Nothing you can do to defend this. Poor Gyro just didn't have the backup he needed, and that's where this kind of story of this game, this Omni Gyro just hasn't felt like a late game threat, and it hasn't felt like an early to mid game threat, as they will call GG and Entity through to the semifinals. 1 BO3 away from regionals.
Beautiful play. Very nicely done. And I think what we would have expected again, let's cut over real quickly to the brackets, as we like to do in these open qualifiers, because that's where the real story gets told. Like a lot of these games, you expect the outcome, and it tends to happen. There's a few upsets every now and then, but what happens in the brackets?
So Titans 2-0'd RRQ.
Okay.
That was the outcome we perhaps expected, and Titans will take on Entity Gaming.
Ooh.
That should be pretty juicy.
Yeah, I like that.